Hello friends, I am here to introduce you a new technique of language learning, and for this certificate course in basic English we have used this basic technique, and in this video I will help you in how to use vText or video text for learning English. Dear friends, what is a vText? Simply, it is a video text, and I am going to orient you on how a video, which we call vText, can be used as a powerful tool to acquire English in a natural way. And that has been the problem with the teaching of English, not only in India but in most of the countries of the world where English is taught as a second language. That most of the teaching methods, tools, and techniques are artificial, and we have many methods like direct method, grammar translation method, or communicative language teaching, etc. But all these methods have their own merits and demerits, advantages and disadvantages, and there is no natural way of learning English. What is a natural way? Natural way of learning language is the way one learns or acquires one's own mother tongue. You all know very well that how did you acquire your mother tongue? Did you read any grammar book? Did you attend any class or coaching class, or did you read any of the dictionaries or the books for acquiring your mother tongue, maybe Marathi or Hindi? You acquired it in a natural way. Or how does a child learn a new language? It is not through books, but in a natural surrounding. But in case of language, in case of English language particularly, the Asian countries, there is a large market for English teaching and English learning in these Asian countries. They do not have the natural surrounding for language learning, and this vText will provide you the natural way, and it will help you to improve your language skills. We can acquire fluency, and we can learn the natural language utterances. And nowadays these videos are easily available on internet. YouTube is a popular one, and this is the tool which can help us focus on all the four language skills: L, S, R, W, that is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And in a traditional language classroom, we have textbooks, and they have played a pivotal role, an important role in the teaching of language. But with the availability of the videos and its output, a vText is a piece of video content on a particular topic created solely to be used in a classroom to attain certain learning outcomes. This can be the simple definition of a vText. See, any video chosen on the certain criteria can serve the purpose, can be used as a vText. but its aim should be particular, predetermined, and a compilation of V texts can be called a V textbook. And Indian classrooms particularly need these video textbooks or V textbooks for language learning. And in this course we are experimenting with these video texts. Then how should we choose a video text as a learner, as a teacher, for our students? The type of videos must meet these certain requirements. The first thing, the video should be interesting, so that it can retain the audience, the attention of the audience. Then there should be subtitles. Subtitles are the captions which appear at the bottom of the video, and the videos with subtitles, and there should not be any copyright issue related to these videos also. And while choosing the video for as a V text, it should be spoken by a native speaker, at least a good speaker of the target language, and it must be short so that it can be reused for various language learning activities. And 20 minutes duration or 25 minutes duration is good for V texts. Okay, then these subtitles can be used in many ways in a V text. When when a student starts a video, he should first turn on the subtitles in the same language as the video is spoken, so he can compare the spoken word and the written word. And this help of compare and contrast technique, spoken word and written word, will help him a lot in the acquisition of English language. Then look for words and expressions that you don't understand. You can sit with a pen and paper as you watch the video, as you watch the V text. You should sit with pen and paper as you are sitting in a classroom, and the subtitles and the spoken utterances. When you come across new words and expressions, new phrases, you should note down and look up the meaning of those words. And if you do this, the video will become clear to you, right? Then the next step is, most of the videos come with this feature of playback speed, and the teachers should select only such videos which have this feature of playback speed. And the learner, he should adjust the playback speed of your video according to his or her comprehension need. An advanced learner can watch the video on normal speed. If a native speaker, an American or Britisher, is speaking, an advanced learner can understand in a normal speed. But for the beginners, for the average learners, the speed can be chosen slower than the normal. This slow speed will help the students in understanding the pronunciation, the correct pronunciation. Also the meaning will be clear to the students. In the initial stage, for first 2-3 months or 6 months, this slow speed helps in listening correct pronunciation and understanding the meaning of the text. Okay, after subtitles and the appropriate playback speed, V texts offer the students of language the important feature, that is body language. This is not available with the traditional textbooks. The video texts are unique in this feature, where the student can observe the body language of the speaker. And you know, body language is an important part of human communication. It is research based finding that 50 to 60% communication takes place with the help of body language, and only 40% with the help of the words. Body language is also called non-verbal communication, and hence the student can observe the lip movement or facial expressions or gestures or any other aspect of body language, sitting postures, standing postures, walking, all these aspects of body language can be learnt with the help of video text only. And hence English classrooms today should prefer these video texts and textbooks for language learning purpose. And thus these texts offer an added advantage of learning different usages of body language in practical ways. And see, next step is imitate pronunciation for tongue training. Imitate is simply to copy. As a student, as a learner of English language, you should learn to copy the pronunciation, and it will help you in tongue training, which will result in fluency. And while listening, see, listening should be active listening, it should not be hearing. And try to do exactly everything you hear and see. Don't just repeat mindlessly. Copy everything. Imitate means copy everything what the speaker in the video does. His expressions, his individual word pronunciations. You can copy his body language, intonation, rhythm, energy and accent, or overall style. And see, this is not a kind of mimicry. You have the choice as a learner, as a student. You don't need to do the mimicry of the speaker. Mimicry is different and imitation is different. This is a positive term. You have the choice to choose what you like from the speaker. Certain speakers are good in body language. Certain speakers are good at idiomatic expressions or accent and fluency. So you can decide your role models and imitate pronunciation for tongue training. Then ear training happens at the same time, and which focuses on listening skills. One thing we should remember that English language teaching in India and Asian countries, or also in African countries and in the Gulf, the experts have neglected the importance of listening skills. But in the natural way of acquiring any language, listening comes first. In school and college curricula, listening is given a little weightage. Listening is not part of the exam. Listening is not part of the evaluation. And if we never train our students in listening, our students never learn how to listen. They don't know how to listen actively. See, hearing is different from listening. And most of the students don't know how to listen. And listening is crucial in language learning. If you are not a good listener, you cannot become a good speaker. See, for example, a newly born child, if the child cannot listen, it is probably it is probable that he cannot speak also. So ear training is a prerequisite skill for the tongue training. Ear training is a prerequisite for the tongue training. And now this neglect should stop, and we should pay more and more attention to listening skills, because it is the first skill in the sequence we acquire our mother tongue. See, LSRW. L comes first, listening, then comes speaking, and then comes reading and writing. But unfortunately, in our schools, in our educational setup, we are taught first reading and writing. We are taught alphabet first, and then comes speaking, and listening is given no weightage. Okay. Then next step is, while watching the video, you can guess the meanings of the difficult words. The meaning of the difficult words can be understood with the help of the context. The learner has to be an intelligent guesser, because the surrounding words, what comes before the difficult words, what comes after the difficult words, helps you in guessing. You don't need to use dictionary always. See, using dictionary is a standard method, but we don't carry dictionary everywhere. Nowadays, dictionaries in the cell phones, electronic dictionaries are available. But this intelligent guess technique helps us many times in understanding the meanings of the difficult words. So it is rightly said, the word is known by the company it keeps. So you can learn new words, you can learn new phrases, you can learn new idioms and proverbs with the help of this intelligent guess technique. And grammar nowadays has been relegated into the background. It is not given much importance. Previously, 50 to 60% weightage was given to grammar. Grammar was considered as the base. Even today, it is the base, but communicative grammar and contextual grammar is more important. Rules are not important. As far as rules are concerned, English has become flexible, being a global language, being an international language. It has become flexible. So contextual grammar, word grammar, phrase grammar, and sentence grammar can be learnt with the help of the v-texts. Again, while using v-texts as a language learning tool for English, we can improve our accent and intonation. When you, as a student or as a teacher, use a v-text, you should pay attention to word stress, word accent, the weak forms and strong forms of the words, the feature of assimilation and elision. What makes a foreign speaker difficult for the second language learner is assimilation and elision. So you can master these features of language also. And v-texts help us acquire the tone variation, the rhythm, falling tone and rising tone. If the utterance is a statement, it should be in falling tone. If it is a WH question, it should be in a falling tone. And this we can learn easily in a natural way by using v-text. And then comes positive parroting. Parroting is usually used as a negative word, but in case of language learning, foreign language learning, it is a positive way of language learning. You should copy each and every aspect of pronunciation like a child. You know, imagine a child, the first 3 years in the life of a child. You also spent your 3 years as a newly born child. The first 3 years you spent in listening only, in parroting only. You observed, you listened carefully to the people who were around you as a child, your parents, your family members. And for the first 2 or 3 years, you didn't utter a single word, you just listened. See the amount of time you spent in listening skills. Did you do this for English? No. Then this is the time the adult learners, college students and school students, they should give equal weightage to listening, as listening comes first. So like a child, you will have to spend a certain amount of time in training your ears, in acquisition of listening skills, like a child. And then rest of the skills, particularly speaking, will come automatically to you. There is no need to learn speaking. Learn listening. That is important. And this is the natural way of language learning. And this way you can, I am sure, you can speak English like a native speaker. And last step in the in using vText for language learning is, once you follow all these steps, you record your own video, the same video. You can mute the video and you can read the subtitles. Record your own video in your own voice and compare with the original. This is systematic. Here ends the practice for one video if you follow these 11 steps. You can correct yourself by recording your voice on your phone, saying everything the video says, and after that just compare the video to your recording. And remember how different your speaking may sound to what the video really sounds, and make adjustments in your pronunciation, and pay attention to the expressions, emotions and intonation of the speaker, as we said earlier. And the last question is, why vTexts? Because these video texts are beneficial. The language in video text is real spoken language. It is not bookish language. Then native speakers using idioms and natural expressions are very useful. Then there are no grammatical explanations or boring academic language. You here learn by examples, not by rules. There is no need to care for the rules. You go by examples. Language can be learnt in two ways: by rules, by examples. And video texts, the vText technique believes in learning language by examples, not by rule. And more time is exposed to the language. You can maximize your exposure to language, and you can acquire the natural rhythms of English language. Hence, we need vTexts. That's it. Thank you. Thank you.